What's happening, Bricksters? Dan here, and today we are talking about the newly revealed LEGO Lord of the Rings Rivendell set, retailing for $499 USD, and it will be released on March 8th, 2023, and early VIP access on March 5th. Now, this set is going to have 6,167 pieces. It's going to have 15 minifigures. Taking a look at the pictures for this set, it looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, the box art is on point. You know, you got that Lego icons, the black background with the nice, reflection going on at the bottom beneath the set. So that looks really nice. But looking at the set itself, it is just wow. I am left speechless. I don't know what to even say about this. It's so incredible looking. It's huge, and it covers so many cool scenes from Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. So obviously, first glance, they're using a lot of cool building techniques, new pieces, new colors that we have never seen on certain pieces, but more importantly, the builds themselves, like the trees here, the water, the rocks, everything about the set is just uniquely done. And there are so many little moments and little tidbits that, if you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, you will really appreciate. So let's dive right in a little bit more. So here's the back of the set. Now, obviously at first glance, you may be like, oh wow, there's a lot of little rooms and everything, but when you dive into each room, you'll see how much more detailed it becomes. And we're going to talk about the outside and exterior a little bit more in a little bit, but here is that one room where Boromir picks up the sword that cut off Sauron's finger and ultimately got the ring and everything. And if you've seen Fellowship of the Ring, you know how the whole story starts and everything. But this is that scene from Fellowship of the Ring where Boromir and Aragorn were, discussing the start of the whole story and everything that happened 3,000 years ago. At least I think it was 3,000. Maybe it was 5,000. I can't remember entirely. But there's so many little details here. Like the sword itself is really cool. The statue is really, really well done. And then if you look up above them, you see little picture frames of little images that have happened throughout the history of Lord of the Rings. I do apologize. I am not as... I don't know the lore behind Lord of the Rings as much as I should. I could ask my brother Scott, who's actually read all the books. He knows all the details, but I unfortunately do not know as much as he does. But there's little setups and areas just like this throughout, and it gets even crazier when you look even further into this set. Obviously, looking at the back right here again, you can see that there's just so many little rooms, little spaces, and more importantly, we're going to talk about this roof right here. My gosh, it is just absolutely amazing. Just this technique I've used before on my own buildings, but looking at it from with these colors, it really shines. And I never even thought to use those wedge pieces as part of the roof shingles, and that is just absolutely genius. I'm definitely going to steal that for some of my own buildings and some of my own mocks of the future. But the coolest thing about this overall set, as you can see right here, first glance you can see that there's a tall tree, but right here you can see this is where the council meets to discuss what to do with the ring. But the coolest part, and as you can see this picture, is that part can be taken out and displayed separately. Now, obviously, you can look at this build and it's like a little bit open and everything. And the other cool part is that there is Sauron's eye right there, right underneath where the ring would be. But this right here, I remember it was an actual set back in the day, and it was its own thing. And now, if you missed that set, here it is, your chance to get it again. You could have that set and have it displayed separately from the rest of Rivendell. So I thought that was really cool. And just looking at the top, as you can see, that roof again, my gosh, it is just phenomenal what they've done with this. It is so unique. And the trees remind me of that modular, the bookstore, but they took it to a whole new level. Their tree work has been just phenomenal, and especially with that A-shaped log cabin that recently came out, you could tell that Lego is really stepping up their tree game. And with this set too, this part of the set, you could see that their nature aspect has really grown in the past few years with Lego. It is just amazing, and I haven't seen any yet, but I'm sure there is a frog or two somewhere being utilized that I have not noticed. but I mean, the details in this is just phenomenal. Like, you could see the soap from not the soap, but the bubbles from the water, the leaves, the little rocks and plants, and the fungi on the tree is just, it's so minute, so minor. You don't even think about those things, but there's just so much detail in this, and it's just incredible. And more importantly, this shot right here with the roots coming down, where the blacksmith is forging the swords for the characters before they go on their journey. It's just amazing. It is just incredible. And here's another angle of that scene from the council discussing what to do with the ring. And that's pretty cool. And as I said a little bit ago, there is a bed where Frodo's waking up after being stabbed by the ring wraith. And the coolest thing that I noticed was that this is, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is the first time that Lego is actually using pieces to have these figures sit in different ways. As you can see, we got like the 2 skin tone feet part pieces right there, but we also have brown wedge pieces underneath him that are angled so that way he could sit down. And this isn't like a mid leg piece. He actually still has his short legs from back in the day, but it's just interesting that Lego has taken advantage of this. Like, you know, these are things that Mox and lots of Lego creators have made, but never in a Lego set. I could be wrong. They could have done this before, but I've never seen this done on such a mainstream big franchise set before. And of course, the cool thing is that you can see that there's more tiled pieces with prints on them. I believe this one right here is a sticker, and this one too, but there are some really cool printed pieces, but some stickered pieces as well. Oh, and then this part right over here, you can see Bilbo is writing his story, The Hobbit, and as you can see right here, there and back again. That is so cool. I believe that's also a sticker. There are quite a few stickers in the set, unfortunately. But I think overall, like, just the overall set itself, there's just so much in it that I am not mad about the amount of stickers. And as you can see, it is a huge set. It's probably on par with the size of the Hogwarts Castle $500 set that came out a few years ago. But it's minifigure scale, and I think that's the coolest thing. And you can see it comes with all of these figures, and it's so just amazing how many it comes with. And for me, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I never got any Lord of the Rings sets from years past, and I regret that so much. So with this set, I could get all the characters in one go. I don't have to go on Bricklink and order some old sets. I mean, I definitely want to, because I want to get the Sauron's Tower and some other locations that I never get a chance to, the Trolls Dungeon, you know, a little cool sets like that. But here, I don't have any of the characters, and here they all are. So I could have the whole Fellowship in one set, and I think that's really cool. So going down the line, as you can see, there are a lot of characters. Like I said, it's the whole Fellowship, but the important thing I noticed is that most of them still kind of have their overall look from years past. There are some differences. My favorite part right here are the Hobbit legs. As you can see, you know, half printed pants, half flesh tone, which I think is really nice because the original ones didn't have that. And the other fun thing is that the dwarves now have those mid legs that are introduced to the Lego Harry Potter sets. So I think that's really cool because in the movies, the dwarves were technically a little bit taller than hobbits anyway, so this adds a little bit extra to that, and it makes it more accurate. All right, I swore I saw more images of the minifigures, but here is another angle of that council meeting to discuss what to do with the ring. And the interesting thing that I noticed, and let me zoom in a little bit here, is that you could see that some of these characters, obviously the ones with the legs that could bend, are sitting down normally, but as you can see, this elf right here with the rope piece, it is now a separate piece that he is sitting in his chair with. Now, I know what you're gonna say at first. Is this a sticker or a print? This is a print piece, and it's separate from the leg mold, but it's cool that they actually duplicated that same print onto 2 separate pieces, one for the regular robes and one for this piece. I did see some other YouTubers and some other articles talk about how Gandalf has the same thing happening with him. So So that's definitely something to be excited about. But overall, this is just such a really cool set. There's just so much, oh my gosh, so many advertisements. But let me go back to Lego. But yeah, as you can see here, this is just an absolutely amazing set. And for me, I always love building exteriors of buildings. I've always been a big fan of the modulars and the Lego City building sets. I've never been a huge fan of just minifigure based sets, or sets where it's like a cart or a horse. Like maybe those are nice for cheaper sets, but I've always been one who wants sceneries, who wants backgrounds, who wants these different settings that I could utilize for future builds. The most interesting thing about this set is that it is Rivendell, but it's not the entirety of Rivendell, so I'm sure that there are going to be mock creators out there who are going to buy multiples of this set and maybe build their own Rivendell extensions onto it. But just looking at it, there are so many cool things about this set and scenes that you could recreate. Obviously, you have the Council of the Fellowship, but you also have the bridge where Arwen and Aragorn could stand on and, you know, proclaim their love, just like in the movie. And you also have a little table, dining table out here. You have the water right there, the little bridge, and then there's a little hole where Samwise could come out of and join the meeting just like he did in the movie. There's just so many details in this set, and they just have done such a phenomenal job with this, and it is just absolutely stunning in every angle, and it's so beautiful to look at. I mean, you could angle this thing and set it up in any place, and it's gonna be a conversation starter no matter where you put it. So anyways, I've just been rambling on now, but thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are a new channel, so we're trying to grow, but any support that you have for us, we really appreciate it. Make sure you like this video to help us with the YouTube algorithm, and as always, keep building, keep having fun, and look out for this Lego Rivendell Lord of the Rings set coming out March 8th and March 5th for VIP members. See you next time.